Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, good morning.
It's Friday, August 12th. It's 6:09 a.m. Currently, in Toronto, it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy skies. Today, you can expect lots of clouds with a high of 98 degrees and a low of 78 degrees.
Excellent. Thank you. Great report. Very to the point, precise, and programmed. So, beautiful day outside. I think that's the moon. Yeah, it is the moon. So, just up over the mountains to the west, California. All right, so as we know, today is Friday, the 6/10 on the 12th of August. The month is almost halfway over. Wow. Yesterday was a big day. I'm happy to report that for the first time in a very long time, every bed here was filled. Every bed here at Camp Rainman was filled. And we could have had more people were more beds filled. So kind of like if you build it, they will come sort of thing. All righty then, 1 minute and 50 seconds into it. Today's, this is Career Services, Thriving Warrior, where our job is to help you get from where you are to someplace better. From point A, where you are, to point B, someplace better. To kind of reorient you, your direction, help you kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, the important stuff from the unimportant stuff, etc. And we do that through these short little breadcrumbs that we drop every day to help you find your way to a better place of your choosing. We do not choose the place for you. We only help you figure out that which you yourselves do know. To quote Mark Antony briefly. Okay, we're now 3 minutes in, and let's see. Wow, already 3 people. Great. Great morning, everyone. What does today's topic mean? What does today's topic mean? Boom. Today's topic, you can look down in the notes. To today's video, which, surprised it's not there. Let me see. I thought maybe it's only when the video is posted. Aha. Okay, so I guess it only pops up once the video is posted, not when it's live. That's interesting. I will figure out how to correct that. No, but wait, somehow these people were able to get on. Okay, so there's an answer from Justin. The question was, I think the question was, why not become a wage slave? The question in today's topic, or why not be a wage slave? So Justin started with the way we would deconstruct things. What is a wage slave? A person who is a slave to their wages. They choose to do things They do things just for wages. They're a slave to obtaining wages. They don't really like their life. They seemingly can't get out of the path, get off the path they're on, get out of the rut they're in. They're stuck in a groove. They are a slave to wage. They have ideas. If only this, if only that. Wow, man. One day, etc. Well, not necessarily bad to be a slave. You just don't have freedom. In the olden days, let's say 2,000 years ago and before, the law of conquest said if you conquer a people, you get to take whatever you want, including the people, including the teachers, including the lawyers, including the doctors, all of the good people, all of the engineers. They became your property. It didn't mean their lives became miserable and pathetic. They could have been a lot better. I would argue persuasively that somebody who was the banker, slave for Caesar, somebody he won in conquest, would have a better life than they probably had before. So just because you're a slave, it doesn't mean your life is pathetic and miserable. It means you are not free to change. You're not free to go somewhere else. So someone who's a wage slave is not free to give up their job and go do something else. They have responsibilities. They have duties. They have obligations. They have a lot of stuff. It is a way of control. But who is in control? The person who's paying you? Is that the person in control? Well, to an extent, they are. So Jordan Peterson talks about this a lot, and it comes down to the 6 Ps. What are the 6 Ps, people? I know, we went through it on Monday. It was a long time ago. Let's see, was that Monday? Yeah, on the 9th. A long time ago. The 6 Ps: proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Okay, so if you find that you're a wage slave, you feel you don't have freedom to change what you do. You don't have freedom to change your life. You have to go get that paycheck every week. What can you do? What would Jordan Peterson say? What does Jordan Peterson say? Simple. Polish up your resume and go get another fucking job. Have it as a part-time job. There is no law that says, or no physical limitation that says people can only work 8 hours a day, 1/3 of their life. That was a constraint. That was a belief that was created mainly in the 20th century, mainly by unions in response to employees being overworked. And it turned out you can get maximum efficiency out of people, out of materials, resources, about 8 hours. That's the most you can get out of them. The most you can get out of most people, for those that want to fact check me. 8 hours, good round number, works out, divides easily into 24. You can kind of frame a day around it. Create a story, as Yuval Harari would say, create a story, and if people believe the story, they can cooperate flexibly in large numbers. If you're a farmer, do you get to work 8 hours a day? No. Farmers don't get to work 8 hours a day, or maybe they do, but the farming is way more than that. It's kind of before sunrise and after sunset, because animals don't really care about punching in time clocks and things like that. So we're at 9:33. Why not be a wage slave? It's easy. You know, do you think it was easy after Juneteenth when the slaves after the Civil War realized they were free, and now they had to go and they had to take care of themselves in a system where that was designed for them not to be able to take care of themselves? Do you think it was easy? No, hard. Really, really hard to now have to go out and instead of people taking care of you, they just give you a check. They just pay you money, give you cash and say, okay, you got to go get your own apartment. You got to get your own housing. You got to get your own food. You got to do your own stuff. I'm not doing it for you. All I have to do is just give you this. When you're a wage slave, you get into a routine and all you have to do is what you're told to do. So for a lot of people, not really a bad trade-off. But, and maybe you have to do it for a while, and that's called involuntary servitude. It's a very common thing that was sort of like slavery. We'll pay for you to come to the new world. We'll bring you here, but you have to work basically as my slave because you're not free to quit. You have to work for me for 5 years or whatever. And that was a great trade-off for a lot of people because their life in Europe sucked. It was really hard. So at least I have an opportunity. I have involuntary servitude for a period of time. But when that is up, I'm free. I can go pursue my own thing. I can get married, have a family, do whatever. There is a dream. Okay, so what's our takeaway? Take action. We are who we choose to be. If you are a wage slave, it's your choice. There are other options. You can deliver. There's more side hustle jobs today than there ever were. Okay, if you don't have a car, can't really do delivery. Before you can get a car, you need a license. You don't really have an excuse for not getting a license. Oh, I work all during the week. Guess what? The DMV's open on weekends. If it's important to you, you will do it. We are who we choose to be. You're only a wage slave because you choose to be a wage slave. And if you want to be a wage slave, own it. Just own it. Hey, I'm a wage slave because my life is a lot easier than if I had to do it myself. And boom, then this channel's not for you. And you should watch things that make rationalizing your life better. You can do the Christian channel stuff to help explain why your life sucks, but it doesn't really matter because if you do your best at accepting a life that sucks, when this life is over, you will have eternal bliss in a life, not a life, but you'll have an eternity of happiness. Good system, unless that's not true. And we're going to know maybe if we find out that it is true, because if it's not true, you'll just never know. We're just atoms in the void. Okay, so we're at 1254 in. We are who we choose to be. Why choose to be a wage slave? Question mark. Because it's easier. It's easier to give up your freedom and have somebody else take care of you to the minimum possible level. It's easier to do that than to take full responsibility for your circumstances. You, or let's say we, are the reason we have what we have. We are the reason we have what we have. We're the reason we live where we live. We're the reason for everything in our life. We are the reason. The easy road, give up your freedom, hitch your wagon to someone else. That's how they do it in France. It's a good system. Hitch your wagon to someone else, choose the best person and say, I'm with you. Or as Vinny from My Blue Heaven would say, I'm with you. I am with you. I'm with you. That's how they do it in France. The driver is, I am with you because if you get a promotion, I get a better car. I get a promotion. And sitting around the carpool with the guys, he who has the biggest car wins. The secretary, the assistants, everybody on the team wins. They help their team win rather than every man for himself. I'm a driver, but I'm going to try to get that. I want to kind of drive for him because he's got a better car. I'm going to try to knock that guy out. Who's his driver? That's the American way. Dog eat dog. The French way is I help push my boss up because my boss then will pull me up. The better I am at pushing him up, the further he's going to pull me up. And the higher I get, the better my life is going to be. The better my life is, Wow, that's what I want. But I'm choosing to follow him. All right. All right. Let's see. Jeannie just jumped on. Wow. Hello, Jeannie. Good morning, Diana. Okay, working multiple jobs is a way to do things. Right. Earn extra money. But the key is you got to save it. There's a lot of people, the more they earn, the more they spend. Why not? Let's try this game. Let's figure out how we can spend the least amount of money. But we're at 15:30. So I didn't even have to say it. I just went. And some people said, let's see who can be the first to say what means. Tick tock, tick tock. Waiting. Awkward. Yesterday was the only easy day. Right. Navy SEAL Maxim. Yesterday was the only easy day. Push yourself just a little bit harder. Okay, Diana got, I know it's kind of hard to do it on your cell phones. Yesterday was the only easy day. My hunch is that tomorrow somebody's going to already have it typed in their comments and just hit send. Push yourself just a little bit harder. Compare yourself not to other people, but to who you were yesterday. Become comfortable, get comfortable being uncomfortable. As Navy SEALs said, enjoy the suck. No, not enjoy the suck. Embrace the suck. So when you find yourself saying, this sucks, say, God, this is not bad. There's a million people. There's probably a billion people out there that would love to trade places with me right now. People who are physically unable to do work would love to be in a position where they're just so tired because they have been working. Their hands are blistered. There's, I don't know, maybe it's 4 billion people who would say, I would trade places with you right now. We know all of the people, well, not all of the people in the Colosseum, because the Christians believed that in about 32 seconds, they were going to be up there with Jesus. Anyway, 1728 in, boom. Yesterday was the only easy day. Compare yourself not to other people, but to who you were yesterday. Try to be more samurai. Do the things you can to the best of your ability. And with that, I will say cut, 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 cut.